What's up, guys? My name is Dane, and this is a 1965 Jaguar E-Type Series 1. Enzo Ferrari called it the most beautiful car ever made, and it's been sitting in this barn, forgotten. Look at the layers of dust on this thing, decades of neglect covering what was once considered automotive perfection. These classic wire wheels are completely rusted. The craftsmanship beneath all this corrosion is extraordinary. Opening the bonnet for the first time in years, cobwebs, leaves, and underneath the legendary inline six that made this car a legend. We're starting gentle, compressed air to blow away years of dust without damaging anything beneath. The interior is surprisingly intact, just buried under dirt and time. This leather deserves to see daylight again. First wash in probably 20 years. Watch the water reveal those iconic curves one panel at a time. That faded red paint is still there. Foam degreaser breaking down the grime. This is going to be a serious transformation. The Jaguar badge, chrome still shining under all that oxidation. This is the attention to detail that British engineering was famous for. Lifting the car up, removing these wire wheels one by one, they're going to get completely restored. Taking apart the door panels carefully, original hardware from 1965, every screw tells a story. Peeling back the old carpet, dust just floating away. You can feel the history in every layer. Look at this wooden steering wheel. Real wood, hand-fitted. They don't make them like this anymore. Here we go. The heart of this E-Type is coming out. This engine has been silent for far too long. Placing it on the workbench, now the real work begins. Every component gets inspected and restored, draining decades-old oil. Look how thick and dark that is. This engine needs a complete rebuild. Hand brushing each piston. This is where the craftsmanship really shows, bringing these components back to life. Scrubbing down the gearbox casing, aluminum shining through, British engineering at its finest. Now we're getting into the heavy work, sanding away rust, revealing bare metal. This fender is going to be perfect. Welding new metal where corrosion took over. These curves are iconic. Every weld has to be precise. First coat of primer going down, covering that bare metal, preparing for the transformation. Wet sanding the primer smooth, water flowing over those legendary E-Type curves. This is therapeutic. Mixing that deep crimson red, the original E-Type color, metallic flakes catching the light perfectly. Here it comes, first coat of paint on this 60-year-old masterpiece. Watch how it hugs those sculpted lines. Glaze coat deepening that shine. The reflections are starting to stretch across the surface. This is stunning. In the booth, letting that paint cure, temperature-controlled perfection. This is where patience becomes art. Buffing the hood to a mirror finish. Look at that reflection. You could shave in this paint. Polishing the chrome bumper by hand. That's the signature E-Type smile coming back to life. Rebuilding those wire wheels, each spoke cleaned and polished. Classic British elegance. Mounting fresh rubber on these restored wheels. The contrast between old and new is incredible. Installing the restored suspension. Every component rebuilt to original spec. This car will drive like new. The engine, now painted in British racing green. Chrome valve covers polished. This is a work of art. Lowering it back into that pristine engine bay. Perfect alignment. Everything coming together. Routing the new wiring harness. Color-coded. Period correct. Details matter on a restoration like this. New spark plugs going in. Fresh threads turning smoothly. This engine is ready to fire. Installing that polished chrome exhaust. This is going to sound as good as it looks. Polishing the wooden dashboard with natural oil. That grain is absolutely beautiful. Classic British luxury. Cleaning those vintage gauges. Clear glass revealing the classic Smith's instruments. Period perfection. Hand stitching new leather seats. Real craftsmanship. Every stitch has to be perfect. Sliding the restored seats back in. That leather smell, the fit and finish, this interior is immaculate. Fitting new carpet throughout, smoothing it perfectly along every edge, no detail overlooked. Closing the door, listen to that solid click. That's British engineering. Perfect alignment, perfect fit. Applying the chrome trim along the body. These finishing touches bring the whole car together. One last hand polish across the entire body. Pure reflections, mirror-smooth curves. This is automotive art. Mounting those restored wire wheels, they're gleaming under the lights. The E-Type is coming back to life. Filling the engine with fresh oil, golden liquid flowing in. This engine is about to wake up. The moment of truth. Turning the key and listen to that inline six roar back to life after decades of silence. That engine idling smoothly. You can see the gentle vibration, the sound, the feel. This is what legends are made of. First time moving under its own power in years. Those wheels rolling, reflections sliding across that flawless paint. Outside in the golden hour, the curves, the chrome, the deep red paint glowing in natural